This is My Life in Tech, a series by Bass Chats where we bring in young Africans who are creating, building and shaping the world through technology. I'm here with
Marvin Tamakloe.
Big Marvin. You're welcome, bro.
I'm glad to be here.
Alright, so tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so as I said, I'm Marvin Tamakloe, a tech enthusiast and a student entrepreneur. Currently my third year reading computer science engineering. Yeah. That's me.
Alright, so like last time, we are going to start with a little bit of fun, a game, an icebreaker, yeah? Alright, so this one is going to be abbreviations.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, since you are smart and a big man in tech, I'm sure it will be easy for you.
Smart? Okay, let's go. I'll take it.
Alright, so let's start with the easy ones.
Okay.
So, number one, CPU.
CPU. Okay. So CPU is central processing unit.
Correct. Alright, RAM.
Random access memory.
Easy. OS.
Operating systems.
Oh yeah, these are easy for you. URL.
I've forgotten. URL. I know the URL is what I type in my browser. Anyways, let's go on.
Okay. Let's move on from that one. HTTP.
Hypertext Transfer Protocol.
HTML.
Hypertext Markup Language.
Okay. CSS.
Cascading. I've forgotten. I won't continue.
You're so close.
Okay, let me try. Cascading spreadsheet.
Style sheet.
Style sheet. Yeah. Style
Yeah.
sheet.
All right. API.
Application Program Interface.
Nice. Correct. Okay. GUI.
Graphical User Interface.
Yeah. Okay. And LAN.
Local Area Network.
All right. Yeah. Those are the easy ones, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
We are going to level 2 intermediate.
Okay.
DNS.
Domain name server.
Ooh, system.
Domain name system. Okay.
Yeah, you're close. All right. SSH.
Secure shell.
Wow, correct. Even I would have gotten that. SQL.
Structured query language.
Yeah, you have been learning. Okay. IDE.
Integrated development environment.
Okay. SDK.
Standard development kit. SDK. Software development kit. Yes, the software development kit.
Correct for 10 points. Okay. VPN.
Virtual private network.
Okay. What about REST? REST.
REST. Like how I'm doing right now.
Yes, like I did right now.
I guess that's all I know, rest.
Me and you both, bro. Yeah, this one be hard.
Yeah, let's see. He says it's hard. Okay, I'm ready.
REST.
I don't know what rest is.
Okay. Let's move on that one. JSON. JavaScript
object notation.
I didn't expect you to get that one. All right. So CI/CD.
I don't really know the full meaning of that one.
Even I don't know. All right. This one is easy for us. OOP.
Object-oriented programming.
Nice. IoT.
Internet of Things.
Nice. MQTT.
I didn't know MQTT is a protocol that's using IoT. Apparently.
Okay, let's move on that one because we don't know that one. What about ML?
Machine learning.
Obviously. NLP.
Natural language processing.
LLM.
Large language. LLM. Large language model.
Nice. FPGA.
FP. Frame per second.
Oh no. No, bro.
Let's move on.
All right, let's move on. RTOS.
Yeah. RTOS. I don't know.
You don't know. We're actually doing level 3 advanced.
Level 3.
It makes sense. CNN.
CNN.
Yeah.
Convolutional neural network.
Wow. Bro just randomly knows an advanced one. Okay. GPU.
Graphical processing unit.
Graphics.
Graphics processing unit.
Nice. Okay. Now let's to the last 5. Expert level, by the way. Okay. RLHF.
RL
HF.
HRLHF. I don't know what that one is.
Don't blame him. Almost nobody knows these ones. All right. SIMD.
SIMD.
Yeah.
SIMD. I don't know. I actually not seen that one before.
Understandable. QUIC.
QU, I hate this one.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not an expert yet.
Yeah, not. EBPF. We don't know that one, right?
I have no idea.
All right, the last one. NUMA.
NUMA.
Yeah.
I still don't know what this one is.
All right. You did very well, actually. I think you got a decent amount of them correct, so it makes sense.
Probably next time we meet, I'll do everything upward.
Yeah, we hope so. All right, so Marvin, let's get into why we came here, your whole origin story. Okay, so where did you grow up and what was your household like?
Okay.
Did you have access to computers or devices early on?
Okay, so I grew up in Tarkwa here. I grew up in this in a locality where they really did at that time really didn't know what devices were. So I was not really introduced to computers and cell phones at quite an early age. But on the onset, I was quite curious and always opening up the electrical gadgets I could find around.
Yeah.
In as much as how I didn't know what the internet was, I didn't have access to as much information. I was still working on my own experiments back in the day. Okay.
Okay. All right. And was there a specific person, moment, or problem that made you think, I want to be on the side that builds things?
Okay. So as I mentioned, I always like to know how things work. I always take apart stuff. I always put things and put them together. So that was me.
Yeah.
So initially, I really actually wanted to read physics.
Physics?
Yes. I really love physics a lot. There's this thing I used to do, a daily dose of physics questions. I used to solve physics almost every day. So in SHS, my lecturer, my teacher, sorry, his name is Sir Habib. Sir Habib was also into he had a doctorate in physics actually.
Okay.
And I looked up to him so very much, and I told him the course I wanted to read physics, and then he was like, no, I should reconsider that. He's already in the physics business, and he would advise me that I should go for a course that is more tech related because I can apply the knowledge I get from physics.
Yeah, into tech. Yeah.
I'll say Sir Habib was the one that literally made me push my way into computer science in itself.
Oh, okay. And before tech, what do people think that you were going to become?
This question. Everybody says I'm a doctor.
Oh.
There were a couple of times when I would even go to the hospital and then a nurse, can you imagine this? A nurse would mistake me for a doctor that you already know. My mom was vouching for a doctor. Almost everybody I knew was vouching for a doctor. But if I should tell you that doctor felt boring, would you believe me?
Boring?
Yes. So yeah, the question is, everybody wanted me to be a doctor, yeah.
Yes, but why was it boring for you though?
Well, your first few years as being a doctor, you literally sit at one place, you sit in a seat, and then you ask what's going on about them, and you prescribe drugs and all of that. That felt repetitive, in as much as how it is the diseases and all of that changes. It felt repetitive to me. I was more inclined to how things work than how to remedy things that are already happening. That was where I was more inclined to. So, being a doctor, I didn't really see myself like being aligned to looking into things and having the freedom to experiment as much as I possibly could.
Oh, Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, you describe your early path as learning a little bit of everything. You say you liked taking stuff apart, stuff like that. But upon reading a little bit about you, also learned that you've done a little bit of web dev, networking, hardware, IoT, AI, ML. Walk me through, that season. What, yeah,
Okay.
what were you actually chasing? And did it feel like progress at the time, or did it just feel like noise?
Okay. So when I started my tech journey,
Yeah.
I learned almost everything I could get my hands on. Because I was fascinated about how things work.
Mm-hmm.
The web. How does web work? What's the difference between a static website and a web app? How am I able to get information from one point to another? Okay, then we go to the hardware keys. I used to take apart hardware. So, what makes the regular electrical gadgets different from an electronic gadget? Where you are able to accurately and control the device, even from afar, and control it wirelessly. All of these things, networks, wireless networks, all of these things fascinated me.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally went through almost every course I could find. But back in the day, I would say it outright, I was lost. Whatever I was learning, whatever I was doing, felt like I didn't understand anything. I didn't understand anything. I was all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. But it was a fun experience. Yeah.
And when you reached that point where you felt like you didn't know what you were doing, did you feel like giving up?
I actually gave up almost for a whole year.
Really?
Actually gave up for a whole year. Would you believe this? So level 100 was my inquisitive stage where I was literally going through everything.
Yeah.
Level 200, things plummeted. I was doing so much too fast that I literally crashed and was burning. That was when I realized I need to take it slow and pick myself up one after the other.
Yeah.
Would you believe me if I said I actually almost launched a startup back in the day, but because I had limited information, I was doing so much at the same time, I crashed.
Oh. So that means you weren't able to do the startup?
No, I wasn't. But it was a nice experience. I would like to do it again though.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so what brought you back into tech?
What brought me back into tech?
Yeah.
I would say it wasn't something particular, but the fact that I just love to experiment and build. So looking at our environment, it was a bit hard to get specific resources to do what you want to do.
Oh, okay.
And the easiest thing I could get my hands on was the internet. Literally, the internet. I would say the internet is free, but not so free.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a paywall on everything. Anyways, regardless. So I get access to a few books. I read here and there, and I realize that okay, I can build this. I can build that. Okay, somebody has built this. Can I redo it?
Yeah.
How is it working? All of these things were just, how would I say, weighing on me. But yeah, so what brought me back into tech was the fact that I just wanted to experiment.
Oh, so your love for tech, right?
And I'll say the friends I met in school also played a big role. So I felt defeated so many times, and then I'll look up and I'm like, okay, this guy is standing over my shoulder.
Yeah.
This guy is here. I'll just pop up into somebody's room, and then I'll just mention one or two things, and it's more accommodative than I expected. And then a few friends I met on the way, how they made me know that it's not okay not to know, not to fail, and etc. It's all of that was also part of the reasons why I decided to hop back into tech.
Wow, that's very motivating, by the way. Okay. So, I guess it was your love for tech that brought you back, right?
I'll say yeah, and people play
And people, yeah, the people that we met along the way.
Yeah.
All right. So, apart from all the stuff that you've done, I also learned you have done systems engineering and R&D. How did you eventually like land on that?
The story for systems engineering is very interesting.
Really?
Everything's a system.
Yeah.
That's what I like to tell myself.
Yeah.
So, system A connected to system B, then all of them all that works together, and you can also group that as another system in itself.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
but for systems engineering, what they do is that they put small like different disciplinaries into one system.
Okay.
So with the fact that I was literally learning across board, almost every technology I could find, it made me more inclined to putting these systems together putting these disciplines together to build my own systems. That was when I started my journey in systems engineering. Then over time, I realized that some of the things I thought I knew, I didn't know as much. Then I started to do research. I realized that some of the existing systems actually have major flaws. Then that was when development. And I said, oh, okay, there's something called research and development. That was how I actually began to pursue research and development as much.
Oh, okay. And what exactly led you to pursue that, or was it just an obvious thing to pursue? Like, since you're in tech, you should pursue it, or there was something that drove you to do that?
I would say how I am naturally, how inquisitive I am, how I like to take things apart, and how I like to understand how things work. Is all of that pushes me towards that direction. Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. So, you've built management systems, financial tracking tools, a custom AI model that controls your computer, AI agents. Wow, you have a lot of accolades under your belt. Okay. You've also done food spoilage tracking. Pick one you are most proud of, right? Not the impressive one, but the one that mattered most to you personally.
What I'm most proud of is actually not on the list. What I'm most proud of is teaching.
Teaching?
Yes.
All right. Can you tell us more about it? Yeah.
So, in level 200, a classmate of mine walked up to me, and then he was like, he wants to start a club, Pi Club. I was like, oh, okay, what's Pi Club about? To teach programming. So we started like with nothing. We started with nothing, and then we pushed, and the club was established. And that was when I started to teach people. I started to fall in love with the community. My community is still growing, but having to listen and having to teach people how to redo things and seeing when things all of a sudden work and they understand, it just made me happy, actually. And also, in communities like this was where I found that there are other people that share the same interests as I do. So when it comes to, like example, research, there was always this thing where I always say people don't understand the worth of data, especially locally.
Yeah.
But that was because I hadn't met the right people. But some people actually do get it. But the only thing is they don't know how to express it. So having to meet people, having to talk about stuff, and having to build things with them, all of that was what made me happy. I was there.
Wow. There's a lot of motivational stuff. All right, so you have told us where the idea of your teaching came from, right? But did you see any problem or something you saw where you lived, something like that, or just something totally different that made you go into teaching? Because you could have ignored the person that came to you, right? But then you did it. Is there something that pushed you to do it?
Okay. So my main problem was that the fact that people are not, first of all, they're not tech savvy. There are a lot of people. Sometimes and then people don't really understand the worth of what data is. So what is data? Raw facts and figures. It has to be processed. When you process, you get a lot of insight. It can change a whole lot of things. Basically, every moving thing in this world, every big thing in this world, it all boils down to data. All boils down to data, and acquiring that data is not the only. It's not where it ends.
Yeah.
Processing that data. So I really wanted to make that aware, and people to be a lot more tech savvy, because the world's ecosystem, the world's topology, everything it's literally changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's changing towards tech, and I didn't really like the fact that people were not as much into. They only see something and then they just with little knowledge. People are just being scammed all over the place, even though in as much as how the thing is very small. I'm like, wow, I was very surprised and all of that. So that was also one of the reasons I wanted to make people aware of what tech and what data can actually be used for.
Oh, okay, yeah. And it looks like you are solving that with all the things that you are doing, you know. Okay. So after all that you said, right, it looks like you still want to continue. You're not done with everything that you're doing, right? So you want to continue writing your story and building your skill. What does the unfinished version of Marvin actually look like?
Finished version of Marvin.
Yeah.
I'll say that's me.
That's
literally
you?
Me.
So what do you look like right now?
Well, unchained, all over the place, trying new things, tiring myself out, meeting new people, entering businesses and etc. Just me all over the place.
And what has been the biggest obstacle in your journey? You know, not the technical one, of course, but you know, the practical ones. You know, like time, access, money. What has been the biggest one for you?
I would say access.
Access.
Yes.
Yeah, access to. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Access and motivation. And okay, so if I say access, I mean some things are there. Some things I would really want to have. I really want to get. It's so my whole setup for what's it called? What's the name? Hardware.
Yeah.
So currently, what I do right now is that I like to diagnose motherboards, PCBs actually, then look for what is happening and etc.
Okay.
Getting all of the stuff I'm currently having right now, it wasn't that easy. It wasn't that easy to just walk up to somebody and tell them I want this. They always scrutinize what are you going to use this for? Is it going to help you? Is it going to help you in education? Everything became read, write, and it was so abstract. I wasn't really absorbing anything as much.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So practical to get stuff for my practical experience. It's actually became a really big bottleneck.
Oh, okay. So that's where the access is from. Okay. And you said motivation.
Yeah, motivation too is a very big thing.
Mm.
So when you're doing something and people around you don't really understand what you're up to,
Yeah.
it quenches the fire.
Yeah, I get you.
If they don't understand what's happening, what you are trying to put across, it really quenches the fire. It's you lose it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So this is a little bit of a touchy one, right? Is there something about the Ghanaian tech ecosystem, or UMAT specifically, that has made this harder than it needs to be? I was saying this touchy because, you know, it's about your school, you know, and stating its flaws, you know, that make developing in tech harder. So, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, you have to be honest, though, you know.
in level 100,
Yeah.
the very first app I made, a desktop app I made, was matrix calculator. So one of the first course we do is linear algebra.
Yeah.
I actually made it with a friend of mine instead. So we literally just cut it in half, and then I built the matrix part of the app, and he built the complex number of the graph. So the main idea and the main goal was to send what you've built to the department and show them that, okay, sir, we've learned Python this semester, we've learned linear algebra this semester, so we've built an app to solve linear algebra questions with Python.
Combine the two, yeah.
So then we did that. Well, the main motivation was to get extra credits.
Yeah.
But reality hit hard.
Ooh.
And that's not how things work. And well,
So did you just ignore your project?
it was just ignored. And I was like, okay. So something like this is not relevant. Wow.
Wow. All that hard work gone down the drain.
It wasn't really. It was a learning experience. It
Yeah.
taught me how to show my work. If I want to make it known, if I want to make people use it, there's a lot more into it than just.
Wow. Yeah, the harsh reality, right? Okay, you have said a lot, right? You have said a lot of useful, stuff. So, if there was a 16-year-old, right, watching you right now, a little boy from your hometown, what is the one thing you would want them to take away from this whole experience?
Learn to accept learn to make mistakes. If you make mistakes, understand their mistakes. Understand you cannot grow without mistakes. So and then don't avoid facing some of your problems, actually. And don't let people don't allow people to control what they don't understand about you. It's you. It's in your hands. Just do what you want. Do what you want to do. Make sure you try to achieve what you want to build, basically.
Okay. So, well, apart from this, right, what is the one thing that you know right now that you wish somebody told you early on? Like I are telling the young 16-year-old person that is watching this.
Learn how to learn.
Learn how to learn.
Very important.
Really?
Yes. You see, I told you that I was learning all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what I was doing, because I didn't know how I was learning.
Yeah.
I crashed out and literally lost
yeah.
motivation for a whole year.
Ooh.
So learning how to learn is very important. If you want to do anything, you need to learn how to learn, actually.
Okay. All right. And this is the last one before we end it. What are you building toward? Not a project, but life. Like, what does the version of Marvin 5 years from now look like?
5 years from now, I would want the ecosystem to be more accommodative to people that are new into technology, and especially in development. And I want there to be more access, and also more access to devices and tools and experiment and just move out with the ideas, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. So, learn how to learn and learn to accept your mistakes. These are what I got from Marvin, and I'm sure you are going to get a lot more from everything that you have said. This is My Life in Tech, and we are signing out.